Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We'd also like to urge you to please interact with the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, tap the app on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. To security matters, the federal government is blaming the repeated insurgent attacks on villages in the northeastern part of the country on poor intelligence gathering by local communities as a factor there. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. David Babashir, made this known after visiting some of the victims of the recent Dalori attack in hospital, accompanied by Ministers of State for Health, Foreign Affairs and Power.
Before last Saturday's attack, Dalori, a village barely 5 kilometers to Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, was famous as the town most affected by insurgency. Residents have lost count of the number of attacks which have left many dead, maimed or displaced. The National Emergency Management Agency says no fewer than 65 villagers were killed in the most recent attack on Dalori. This latest incident brought a representative of the federal government to see the injured. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation believes that if locals begin to play surveillance and intelligence gathering roles, such attacks can be averted.
I think the responsibility of fighting this has transformed from the military to the civilians, to the inhabitants of the communities themselves. When we were growing up, there's no visitor that will come to our community that we will not know is a stranger. Whoever he visits was duty-bound to report it to the village head or to the authorities that this man is a visitor and I guarantee his presence in this society, in this community. Now we must resort to such practices.
In the meantime, the community leaders continue to count their losses days after the deadly encounter with the outlaws.
They burned all our cars and took some with them. This has been our source of livelihood, and it has been helping us. Today, we solely depend on God, and we need urgent help. We have no plans of going anywhere, because this is the land of our grandparents. And indeed, death can find you everywhere.
The Borno state government is worried about the level of devastation and despair the insurgency has brought upon the people of the state.
Borno state is the worst hit by this insurgency. It's about 22 local governments who are taken over by this insurgency at the peak of insurgency, but now 20 local governments who are very clear and IDPs of these local governments who have started to turn around with the support of the armed forces, Myanmar, and international organizations.
Borno state villages have been witnessing a series of attacks since the federal government's directive that civil authorities be re-established in liberated towns. The state's emergency management agency is constructing temporary shelters for the now homeless and displaced Dalori villagers who have overnight become refugees in the only place they have ever known as home.
Ewotubu and Ewode communities in Edo State are calling on the government to salvage the deplorable conditions of their schools following devastation by erosion. Speaking to Channels Television at the Secretariat of the Ewotubu Ewode Community Development Association, the chairman, Osaro Ewonaye, says the pupils study in constant fear of attack from reptiles invading the school premises. He also confirmed previous cases of students bitten by snakes during classes.
A pond in a swampy environment, a natural habitat for reptiles. Unfortunately, it's the only available playground for pupils of Ewotubu and Igwadayi primary schools in Ewotubu community in Edo State. An unusual calm pervades the schools where pupils should have been seen moving around during recess. These community members say years of neglect have led to the present condition of things.
It was unfortunate we see flood begin the rush they come. So can they drive those children for can they destroy the school. So several times we go meet governor. The right paper we make announcements.
There is two schools here. Ugagbe Primary School and Ewotubo Primary School. The Ugagbe Primary School now is almost closed. Because no students, nothing there.
At the Ewotubo-Ewodayi Community Development Association Secretariat, the chairman, Osaro Ewonaye, decries the state of the environment in which the children are made to learn.
We have been crying to the nation to come and help us, even to the governor. Let them just come down and see. Even the time he was doing his last campaign there, he came there. He went into this, the erosion there. You see how it is. You see, most of those children now, they are suffering about that school there. So the community will be trying the effort to make sure that there is a place they go into the school. But now if you go there, that school is almost right off. So we still use this medium now to beg the comrade governor to come to our aid for that primary school, go to primary school. Even though they can just come and fence it around to protect that water from those children not to fall into it.
Pupils of Ewotubo and Igwedayi primary schools can only expect a change for good from this present situation as they continue to learn in fear amid clear and present dangers.
Next on News Across Nigeria, a proposed garment factory to be commissioned in Cross River State. Please stay with us.